All right, we are going to write equations in slope-intercept form today. Now we know already that our slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So we are being given this graph and we are being asked to write an equation in slope-intercept form of the line that passes through these given points. Okay, so just as a refresher, we know that our m represents our slope and our b represents our y-intercept. You can go back and watch the video on slope-intercept form if you've forgotten. All right, so it gives us these 2 points. Now we already know just from looking at the graph that we already have our y-intercept, and our y-intercept here is 2. So whenever x is 0, we know that we're intercepting the y-intercept, so our y-intercept is 2. Now what about our slope? Well, to do that, we can either count right on the graph, but it's always good just to use the formula for slope. So if you remember, here is our formula for slope. Again, if you need a refresher on that one, check out that video. You can go back. All right, so let's look for our slope. We're going to use this formula, so let's plug it in. So our y2 is our 4, so we have 4 minus 2 over 1 minus 0, and then we simplify. So 2 over 1, which is, we can just write it as 2. That's our slope. And so if we know that we need to write it in the form y equals mx plus b, we now have our m, our slope, and we now have our b, our y-intercept, so we just plug it in. We substitute for m, and then we substitute for b, which is 2, and that is our slope-intercept form. Now what about if they give us a table? So let's look at this table here. We're going to do the exact same thing. So I'm just going to put this up here for a reference so that we remember exactly what we have to do. And we're going to use, again, the same formula for finding our slope. Okay, and in this case, I'm just going to use the first 2 points that they gave us right up here. So we're going to go -1 minus 3 over 0 minus -3. And if you remember from our integers, we just have to add the opposite when we're subtracting. So this makes it really easy. And we're going to have -1 plus -3, which is -4. 0 plus 3, which is 3. So our slope is -4 over 3. Now, just as we saw up here, when our x is 0, we know we have our y-intercept. So if we look here, oh, we do have x as 0, which means our y-intercept is -1. So we are just going to take these and plug them into our formula here. So y equals m is equal to -4 over 3. X plus, and our y-intercept is -1. We can just simplify and write it like this. And that's it.